So we're going down the beaten path and we're going around the circle and down the hill on Medicine, and we're going to slow down at the bottom from this 8 times speed when we see the car show sign, and we're going to go down 3rd Street to the car show. So here we slow down, speed up again. There's a helpful police barrier to direct traffic, and here we are at the gate. Now we're pre-registered, so this doesn't take long, but you still don't have to wait for it, so we'll just get moving again. So here we see some people coming in because I left my camera on in the car, and we've got a Hudson Hornet, and following that we've got a 1931 air-cooled Franklin car, a pretty rare car in superb shape, a lot of technology in there. So here we are at the front gate from a different perspective, sitting behind the front gate, so to speak, as we watch this Packard 8 come by. The North Jersey Auto Show has been going on for about half of a century now. It's always been sponsored by the Restored Rusty Relics of Northern New Jersey, which was founded in 1969, and it's moved from place to place. Many people best know it from Ramapo College or from Pearson Education or Bergen Community College, and right now it is in Cresskill by the swimming and the community fields. So these are member cars that are racked up against the end, separated out from the others, partly so that judges don't mistakenly give them a trophy, because Relics cars are not participating in the trophies. They also have a special letter, the letter M, in their dash blacks. There's the tent, some more members' cars on the other side. So that Hudson and this Packard that you saw coming in, here they are now. They do belong to members. Now we're walking around. Here are the featured cars for this year, and it is a Highline Dodge and a Highline Plymouth from the same year, 1956. For Plymouth, this was the first year of their V8 and the last year of the sailing ship. Here's more people coming in at the gate. This was a beautiful day, but fairly cold. I don't think it even got up to 60 degrees. So coming in a convertible is a little brave. Now this guy here, he won a trophy. He's got 2 convertible tops for his car, one of which he doesn't take up, that's the factory one, and the other is an aftermarket that fits neatly over the top. And that's custom made for the MGB. Here's the ice cream truck. This year there was a food vendor and again an ice cream vendor, somebody that we haven't had since the Bergen Community College days. And although you can see that I'm focusing on the classic cars, although part of that just happened to be when I was at the front gate and doing the videotaping, we also had a number of new cars, including a whole set of Ferraris, a Lamborghini, and some Jaguars, 2 Camaro pace cars, and a lot of variety. Of course, the show used to have a 25-year rule, but right now it's open to people with cars made from any time at all. With the 25-year rule, even cars from the 1990s could get in, of course, and this year we would have been up to 2001. We didn't have a whole lot of cars from the last 6 years or so. We did have at least one Ferrari for a while. He left a little early. Now here you can see that there is a very wide variety of cars. There's pristine cars that have been preserved or restored. There's classic cars, muscle cars. There's cars that have been hot rodded and cars that have been modified, modern, old-fashioned, a whole variety. A lot of Corvettes this year. I think that we owe a thank you to the Corvette Club. What you see, the blue van is a serious hot rod, despite what looks like an unmodified appearance. So it was a really nice day for the show. You can see the sun glinting off this E-Type. You can see some people there waiting for freshly cooked food from our food vendor, who had a pretty good variety and very reasonable prices. And now the trophies have been given out, the cars are leaving. We have a little trophy ceremony, and at noon we had a look at the featured cars that went into it in depth. We'll probably put that up on a separate video. But just looking at the cars leaving, like this classic Corvette, you can see the variety that we had. Incidentally, this is on double time. These people haven't all been injured in any freak accidents at the show. So I'm sorry that we weren't able to bring you a whole lot of audio. The problem is that with the songs playing over the loudspeakers, we'd have to pay royalties to the original people, and that's a little difficult, as you can imagine. But an awful lot of variety this year as in the last few years. These cars are from all different eras. I think it's amazing how many pre-war cars arrived and how many pre-muscle car era cars were there. It's really good to get the variety. And there was a lot of variety, as you would expect with the sheer number of cars that we were able to attract this year. There were 20 members' cars, all 25 years or older, mostly a lot older. There were about 55 day of show registrations, and there were over 20 pre-registrations showing up. So it all added up to a surprising number of cars because the field didn't look very crowded. It's just a pretty high capacity venue that we've got here, and people are able to spread out and enjoy themselves without worrying too much. Here's one of the two Camaro pace cars that were there. Both looked utterly immaculate. Some very different ideas of luxury. And the only three-wheeler in the show this year. Well, that's it for my narration. I will invite you to join the Restored Rusty Relics and to come to the car show next year, the North Jersey Auto Show, at northjerseyautoshow.com. You can find what we know about next year's show when we know it. I'll see you there, I hope.